What have the last couple days been like, after the Colorado State loss?
I mean, we've been obviously like guys weren't happy or satisfied, but the way we attacked these past 2 days were really good. We got up and down a lot, just got back to the basics of what we know how to do and what makes us a good team.
After the game, Leon kind of said, "Hey, this is rock bottom. Reset, restart. We're gonna play the guys that deserve to play and kind of move forward." I mean, I know you still got 2 more days of practice here. What are you kind of seeing in terms of just trying to, it's a new 11-game season and just kind of trying to make the most of what you have left here?
Yeah, it's hard to obviously flip the page when you don't feel like you're doing as best as you can. But I think we have a resilient group, like from top to bottom. I don't think, I know no one's given up on the season in any sort of way. So I'm just proud of how, especially these past 2 days, how we've competed against each other. I think we bring out the best in each other when we're all competing at a high level. So
you guys have had 3 losses where you've allowed a 3-pointer late in the game. Just what's the key focus been on? Just kind of finishing those games been like?
Yeah, and those sting really bad. Some of it's basketball, but a lot of it is also on us. So, like I said, these past 2 days, we're getting back to the basics of what we know how to do. And one of those things is guarding the 3-point line. So,
talking to Al after the game, he was like, "I came here to win, and we're going to win." Like, he still was super confident.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's it like to have a leader like that? And I don't know if you guys have had any kind of team meetings the last couple of days, or players-only meetings, or if he's said anything, or Tyson, or you, or anybody. But what has it been like, just amongst the players, trying to believe that you guys can still make something of this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's amazing to have. I think that's the most important thing, to have leaders that still believe. And a lot of leaders across the country do not believe, and they're just playing for the wrong reasons. So I know we have a lot of guys on our team, everyone on our team still believes in the team. So it's not a fact of are they going to give up or any of that, because that's not in our DNA.
What did you want to work on most this week with the extra time between games?
Me specifically? I'll just say just being more disciplined, especially defensively. Has been my biggest focus all year, really, and I've taken strides. But yeah, just continuing on that path.
I know who starts isn't necessarily it's who ends a game. You'd rather, you don't care if you start, if you play the other 39 minutes. But I mean, is that something you feel like you've done enough at this point that you'd welcome a bigger role, or you think you deserve a bigger role, or how you kind of look at how you're being used?
I mean, I just look at it as I just got to control what I can. I don't control who starts. None of us on the team controls who starts. So to worry about that doesn't really make sense. So I just go out there and just try to play my game to the best of my ability, and then all that other stuff usually falls into place.
Leon mentioned the fouling and kind of said the discipline on defense. And I mean, he said that's kind of the only thing last game held you back from playing more was fouls. Is that how you see it too? If you can not foul, you can stay on the court more?
Yeah, and I think that ties into discipline and just being disciplined and not using my hands as much. Yeah, it's like I said, I think that's the biggest thing for me, is just obviously not playing not to foul, but just being more disciplined, showing my hands, stuff like that.
I know basketball's different, or the same game, but when you come from the level you came, I mean, the physicality, the size of the players, what's that adjustment been like when it comes to defensively and fouling and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say it's been challenging, and like you said, you have there's not a lot of times where you can relax. Definitely less than where I came from, where you can just relax. And most of my discipline areas have been when I relax or I get comfortable and then I foul because I'm kind of behind. But yeah, like I said, I think that's gonna come with time. There's been so many things that I have fixed, and I'm so that's just gonna be another challenge that I have to fix.
What do you think some of the biggest things you have fixed are?
I mean, overall, just my overall defense, I would say. Just looking at where I was at last year compared to now, it's just miles different of how just how I play in general. Shooting, obviously, but mostly defense, I would say, and rebounding. Compared to just the overall effort I give on that side of the ball.
What's the biggest difference in the experience, or what you thought you were going to experience moving up to D1 from NAIA? What has been, I guess, what's been your thoughts on how things have been as far as just in general playing and traveling, being with the team, and having this experience?
Yeah, it's been a blessing, really. It's been everything I expected. Obviously, there's been stuff where I didn't expect this, and then there's been stuff where it's been even more than I expected, the traveling and all that stuff. But overall, it's been really smooth.
Biggest difference between the two?
Biggest difference? I'll say we get catered to a lot here. That's a really big one. Just having all your meals prepared for you and all that. But in terms of the game, I would just say like, the overall, just everyone across the board is just more physically like talented. I would say gifted.
I don't know if it was the same at your old school, but I know a lot of NAIA schools do bus travel instead of plane travel. You know, was that kind of what you guys did, and just how different is it to kind of actually have the plane travel now as opposed to having to spend however many hours on a bus? How nice is that?
Yeah, I mean, luckily all our games weren't too far. Like our longest bus drive was maybe 3 hours, which is still pretty long. But flying makes things so much easier. But like I said, I mean, we flew like once or twice, like preseason stuff. But yeah, it's crazy. It's honestly crazy.
What are your thoughts on Nevada?
Nevada?
Yeah.
I know they're a really talented team, and their record isn't their record is not like the team they are. So we got to come prepared. They have a lot of guys who can do damage. So
What will be your message to the fans, just in terms of staying behind you guys and coming out to support you here down the stretch?
yeah, we appreciate you guys for how much you've already given to us. And like it's been an up and down year so far, but I think that's how basketball goes sometimes, and we're not gonna give up. We know you guys aren't gonna give up, so appreciate it.
Thank you.
So thank you guys.
Thanks, man.